Hi, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing workshop for public speaking. It started earlier this week when a parent reached out to me about the Model UN, which is an outstanding middle, high school, and college organization that not only gets you to understand the world as a whole and the representatives that come to the UNs, but actually public speaking. When it's time for you to speak to the rest of the nation about your needs, wants, and desires and how they can help out. So, public speaking really comes into that. So, we're just going to pick up from that. If we rehearse and visualize our presentation and you're part of this Model UN, that would put you a way step, sometimes two steps ahead of your other participants. As far as the audience, the judges are concerned, they're hearing things a little bit different. So here's a quick summary of where you should be. Once you have written the content for your presentation, check that it matches your assessment criteria. Amend any content so that it's not relevant to the aims and objectives based on the Model UN. Organize the layout that it has some distinct beginning, middle, and end, which we talked about earlier. Adjust the content so that it has no flaws. There's no way it can be attacked. If it is attacked, you know exactly what it's going to be as far as an objection, so you can be prepared for that. With most of the boxes being checked, you can now practice, rehearse, practice, rehearse your presentation. Some people like to start with the script and then condense it down to a few key points. This will involve familiarizing yourself with some of the content and the key words. So this way it doesn't throw you off if you are using some index cards. PowerPoints are a good thing to have in this day and age, but remember, too many slides in that deck that are not useful, just look through them, purge them out. We want to stay laser focused on what you're trying to give that audience. Whether it's a little bit of reading, whether it's a little bit of audio, video with the PowerPoint, whatever your explosion point that you want them to take away from, it all has to do with you and your preparation. Now, visualize presentation going well. Going in knowing that I'm going to knock it out the park. If you become familiar with the content, if you become a great visual person, combing the audience, looking eye to eye, not leaving anyone out in that area, that's giving you that moment, especially if you're portraying confidence because you're taking the deep breaths that we talked about earlier. The people in the audience are going to be thinking positively about what your content is saying versus some of the other representatives from the Model UN. Now, most positive thinkers are in defeat mode ends. In other words, this is the worst possible scenario. Here are all the great things that we can do. All I knew to do is make sure my nonverbal, get rid of that anxiety, that worry, that stress, confidence. If you just project it, you'll be in good shape. The process of positive visualization thinking really involves giving your mind something to focus on. You can work towards that image by really converting your internal, your anxiety symptoms, and what is going to be the outcome. So let's look at it this way. What are some of the possible things that can happen if you're anxious? You can breathe rapidly, short of breath. Your visualization can throw you off. You cannot pan the room the way you want to. Your legs feel like jelly. Your hands are shaking everywhere. Your legs feel not too strong, and you want to just give up, and so on and so on and so on. So, if I'm feeling that in my mind, let me visualize converting some extreme anxieties. The audience looks bored. The audience is not receptive to what you're saying. You feel that you're losing your place. You feel that the technology is going to fail you in some point. You, as the main speaker at this time, it's your floor. You can either visualize yourself knocking it out the park, or you're always waiting for these little things to happen to you during your speech. Which one would you rather do? Also, practice. If you have the ability to use a video camera and you have a family member, some friends that can help you out, please critique. The thing that we need to do is lowering our anticipatory anxiety. If we can get that anxiety out of everything we're trying to do, especially in a short model UN speech as a delegate, you can knock this out the park for your team, for your school, for yourself, for your family, for your community. And like I said, as you go up the ladder, county, regional, state, national, there may be some monies waiting for you to assist you if you like communications and like to dabble more into it when you get to a 2 year, 4 year institution. Once again, Brad and Hardison, president of Champion Strategies, talking about our ongoing public workshop, focusing in on the youngsters who are involved in the Model UN. And as always in parting, you go out and make it a champion.